News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
How about them, Grizz? Yeah, good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. It's Monday, November 23rd, 2015. Beginning of Thanksgiving week, it's mostly clear right now and 20 degrees, but that's going to change because there is a winter storm watch that starts tomorrow and goes all the way through probably Wednesday morning. Our newscast this morning, sponsored by Bulls Eyewear. It's where I get my eyeglasses. They offer some of the lowest prices in town on contact lenses. See Lynette at Bulls Eyewear at 2910 South Reserve. Well, here's what happened on ESPN yesterday.
Montana could have a second-round date with North Dakota State. The Grizz, though, in round one will be the host school against South Dakota State, the Jackrabbits. It's going to be one of the better first-round matchups in this tournament.
Yeah, South Dakota State, you remember them, right? A team with plenty of experience in Washington Grizzlies Stadium will be making their return trip to Missoula this Saturday, round one of the FCS playoffs. The Jackrabbits came to Missoula for the 2009 playoffs and were on the losing end, one of the most thrilling come-from-behind Grizzly wins of all time. UM Athletic Director Kent Haslam has more.
For many people have just become routine here at the University of Montana, but we don't want to ever take those for granted. And just thrilled that for the third straight year, we're hosting a playoff game here in Missoula, Montana, and look forward to continuing this season.
Haslam said since the game will be played on Thanksgiving weekend, probably won't be a sellout, ticket prices will be a little bit lower for fans.
We'd certainly like to get as many people as we possibly can there. The ticket prices are a little more reasonable just because we can go off of our lowest ticket price from the entire year. So that puts them at a little more reasonable of a price.
Get more information through the link on our website at newstalkkgvo.com. Of course, you'll hear the game right here on KGVO, the voice of the Grizz with Mick Holeen and Greg Sundberg. Federal officials say their final analysis of a Montana community racked by deadly asbestos contamination shows a costly and much criticized cleanup is working, even though about 700 properties have yet to be investigated. U.S. Environmental Protection Agency has spent nearly $540 million removing asbestos in and around Libby. Health workers say as many as 400 people have died. Almost 3,000 have been sickened from exposure. The material was left behind from a W.R. Grayson Company vermiculite mine. After a lengthy review of the health risks, the EPA said Friday people could continue to live in Libby and neighboring Troy without excessive exposure. Some worried residents point out that the agency plans to leave asbestos in the walls of homes, underground, and elsewhere. An unidentified Alberton woman may owe her life to a passing motorist who saw a modular home on fire, called 911, jumped a fence, and brought the woman outside to safety. Frenchtown Rural Fire spokesman Mel Holtz said the fire was reported about 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon.
Called in by a passerby on the interstate. They were able to stop, call 911. He was able to hop over the fence and then locate a victim inside the home. And they did safely get that victim outside of the residence.
Holtz said the victim, a woman in her 40s or 50s, was transported to a nearby hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and that the fire did appear to be suspicious in nature.
The fire was contained to a single room. However, there is damage throughout the residence and smoke damage. No other structures were damaged. It was part of a newer development out there. The fire did appear to be suspicious, so Mineral County Sheriff's Office was called in and the investigation was turned over to them.
The victim's condition is unknown. The cause of the fire, again, still under investigation. Yellowstone County hotel owners are fighting an ordinance requiring them to turn over guest registers to any city employee, including police officers, even parking attendants. Yellowstone County Lodging Association, which has about 40 hotels in its membership, says it'll work with Billings City Attorney Brent Brooks to consider a new ordinance that would clarify the rules for turning over their records. The association calls the current law an invasion of privacy. The Montana Board of Regents wrapped up their meeting in Bozeman Friday after dealing with several issues, one of which the budget reduction plan proposed by U of M President Royce Engstrom. Deputy Commissioner of Higher Education Kevin McCrae says one of the guests at the meeting, Montana Senior Senator John Tester, said he approved of the university's plan.
Senator Tester spoke to the regents today, and he indicated that he has studied the plan that the president released earlier this week, and he had words of support for that plan as well.
McRae said UM is not the only school suffering from reduced enrollment.
I think you and I, when we've talked in the past, I may have mentioned that across the system, enrollment this year is down at the majority of campuses. But that's not something that surprises us when we look at demographics and we look at some of the factors.
In Missoula, a group called Advocates for the University of Montana announced a plan for the possibility of calling for the UM faculty for a vote of no confidence in the present leadership, although that has not yet occurred. Nevada was confident enough in the partial student results from its Common Core aligned state test that it released them Wednesday, even though 7 of 10 students weren't tested because of computer glitches. However, Montana says it won't decide what to do with its test results until it can be sure the scores are valid. The varying actions are part of an ongoing fallout from the meltdown last spring of the federally mandated annual testing process that is linked to funding. And it isn't the first time states have had to deal with compromised test results from a standardized system that's supposed to allow for easy comparisons across years and states. Neither Kansas nor Wyoming released statewide numbers when they had incomplete data previously. Well, a winter storm is expected to affect the Tuesday evening commute in Missoula and bring snow and strong winds across the entire state. Meteorologist Ryan Leach at the National Weather Service office in Missoula has these details.
We've got an Arctic front that's going to be coming down the Rockies from Canada, and it's actually a very big, broad weather system. It'll be coming across eastern Montana all the way over to the west, and it'll even come down and affect Seattle and the Pacific coast.
Leach details possible effects of this storm on the Missoula area.
I think it's going to be enough to really affect people, especially on their Tuesday evening commute home. It's going to be pretty bad, especially if we get some of that wet snow or rain beforehand, and then that cold air comes in, and the roads will freeze up pretty quick, and with a little bit of snow and wind, the snow will be blowing around. It makes it harder for the road crews and stuff to keep up with it.
National Weather Service predicts between 1 and 4 inches of snow in the Missoula area by Wednesday morning. Our news talk time now is 6:12.
Newstalk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Patchy areas of freezing fog this morning will give way to mostly sunny skies today. Highs in the upper 30s. Tonight, chance of rain changing over to snowfall by sunrise Tuesday. We could see around an inch of snow on Tuesday. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.